Hello, everybody, and welcome to episode 9, all about hair. We are going to talk about short hair, long hair, colored hair, relaxed hair, chemical-free hair, natural hairstyles, hair extensions, wigs, you name it. We're going to talk about it. I think this is a good topic of conversation. Number one, we're all still staying home and not really, I guess, not going out as much because some people are still getting their hair done or whatever. I'm still doing hair in the salon. But honey, when it comes to staying at home, that's the wonder my husband divorced me, baby. I know my husband like, Lord, help her, please. So we just wanted to talk about hair, maybe give some, you guys some ideas about, some things you can do, if you decide that you're not going to go to the beauty salon or you can't do your own hair. We're going to talk about some different things. We want to talk about hair in the workplace, why you want to be chemical free versus having relaxed hair, all sorts of things. So do any one of you ladies want to start off? Danya, I know you're the youngest, but can I start with you today?
Go ahead, girl. What you want to know?
Let me tell you something. For y'all who don't know, this young woman down here has some of the most beautiful hair. It was long, it was thick, it was heavy, it was so pretty. I hated her. Every time I would see, I'm like, where'd you get that hair from? It got to be from your daddy's side of the family because we ain't got none of that over here. Oh, that was so pretty. I guess, tell our audience members, what made you decide to cut your hair and wear it in the low fade that you wear it
in? So back in 2013, 2012? It's been a minute. I think it was 2013. So there was a time in my life when I was well over 375 pounds. And I was squeezing into a size 28 pants that should have been a size 32, but I just refused to put a 3 in front of my pants size. And so as I was struggling to wear these pants and hoping not to get a yeast infection, I was just fat. And so I made a conscious decision to get healthy. Why y'all laughing? See, I don't know why.
Silly.
Y'all know them tight pants be messing some people up. I be watching people sometimes like, girl, I know you need a doctor's appointment. But anyway, so what happened, the catalyst for me deciding to lose weight was I was trying to play with my kids on the floor and I couldn't get up off the floor. And so I had to literally roll myself over to the couch to pull myself up. It was time to start a new life. Well, Black women have a history of allowing our hair to keep us from doing certain things. I am 42 years old. I do not know how to swim because I was not trying to mess up my hair. I used to get my hair done every week. So I wasn't trying to mess up my hair, so I don't know how to swim. Exercise, ain't nobody trying to sweat out no perms. Them relaxers are expensive, okay? So what nobody's trying to sweat that out. So I just said that my health was more important than my hair. And I was doing a form of exercise called Bikram yoga, which is in a room that's 105 degrees with 40% humidity. Mm-hmm. So basically you can go in looking like Halle Berry, but you was gonna come out looking like kids. So it just really wasn't a point. And so I was like, I need to get this weight off. I need to do certain exercises. I need to be moving more, and I cannot allow my hair to keep that from happening. So one day I went to work. I had a high ponytail. Went to work, did my thing, got off work, and went to a barbershop in town by my job and asked the dude to cut my hair off. And I literally had to go back and forth with him for almost an hour to get him to cut my hair off because he didn't want to do it. Because he was like, well, my wife a beautician, and I think I should call her first. And I'm like,
because you see what's crazy.
Bro, I just want a haircut. Like, he was stressed about it. And so I cut my hair off. And I remember not telling anybody. I came home. My boys was like, "Ooh, mommy, your hair's so pretty. It looks like ours," because they were kids. And my daughter looked at me and she was like, "I don't like it," because she likes long hair. And my mom, of course, she liked it because my mom has always worn her hair short. And my husband at the time came home and he looked at me. He didn't say nothing. He went and took his clothes off. He took a shower. He came out. He ate. All while he was eating dinner, he was just looking at me.
He thinking that was going to
He
change when he
ain't
got out the shower, huh?
He
was
ain't nothing.
scared. He was
just kept
scared.
looking at me. He was probably worried. He was like, "Did this have a nervous breakdown?" So he just kept looking at me, and so I ain't say nothing. He ain't say nothing. You know, we sat down. We watched TV. He ain't even said hi at this point, y'all. He been home for a few hours now. Finally, he said, "What happened?" I was like, well, you know, I'm trying to lose weight, and I needed to, you know, make a drastic change because I wanted to focus on this, and I wanted to be serious about it. And he was like, "But what happened?" So it took a couple of weeks for him to adjust to the fact that, you know, his wife went to work one day and she had a half ponytail. She came home and she had a bald fade. But I have not regretted my choice to cut my hair, except for a couple of times when, you know, I went to get my eyebrows done and somebody messed up my eyebrows because I ain't had no hair to, you know, like do the swoop over, you know, to cover up the mess up. When you rocking your hair like this, you know, there is no room for mistake. Or like, you know, another thing that sometimes I have very sensitive skin. And so depending on the weather, my skin may decide to flake and I'm walking around looking like I got leprosy. Well, I ain't got no hair to cover that up. You know what I'm saying? It's just out there like flakes just popping off while you're walking. So, but for me, this hairstyle, it's not even about natural versus relaxed, because I will be honest, if I decided to grow my hair, I would be in somebody's salon chair getting that creamy crack every month, okay? Because I got, as LaWanda said, I have some really thick hair. And when I say thick, I mean I got some nappy hair. Like, so I mean, but this look for me, it works. I don't have to spend hours or, you know, an extended amount of time getting ready in the morning. I can wash my face and do my hair all at the same time. I'm good. You know, I go get my, I have a standard appointment at the barbershop every 2 weeks, you know. I remember when I first got my hair cut off, LaWanda was so upset. Like, y'all, she was for real mad about my hair, okay? And you gonna have to wear earrings all the time, and you gonna have to put on makeup, and you know you don't like to wear makeup, and I don't know why you did that. Like she was low key pissed off. So
girl, you know how much money people pay for? I could have, first of all, you could have sold that hair to me, okay? I could have made a nice thing out of there.
So, but I don't wear earrings every day because half the time I don't know where they at. I do not wear makeup on a regular, consistent basis. You getting face, clavicle, big nose, broke out skin. Every now and then I get my eyebrows done. Hey.
I think that's why your glasses, they I don't know, it brings out some features in you or whatever. You always have some pretty cool glasses, so that's like your accent, your earring to you.
And so, I mean, but for me, it's worked for me it's been 7 years. I cut my hair off in June of 2013. Wow. And I'm good. I'm perfectly happy with it. I mean, you know, there's some moments because, like, you know, say for instance, you know, you got a little dandruff or, you know, having a little bald spot moment. You can't really do nothing with that. You just got to be out there like, oh, you know, I got edges, but, you know, some people ain't got no edges. I got edges. But it just doesn't affect me, you know. And when people see me, I still, to this day, 7 years later, get compliments constantly. Oh my gosh, I love your haircut. Oh girl, you working that look good on you. Everybody can't do it. And I be want to say, why not? Why can't everybody do it, baby? You got to do what you want to do for you. It don't matter what nobody think. I mean, luckily for me, I got a nice shaped head. It's a little big, but it's nice.
I got a peanut head. I would look like a straight alien. My head is, the average size head is about 22 inches in circumference. My head is 19 and a half. It's little.
You already look like an alien. It's okay.
Lord.
It's just, Lord help. Jesus. We should have prayed before this episode. Okay, so let's talk about
Red Solo Cup. I'm sorry. Okay, go
ahead. Let's talk about what people call natural hair which they really should call it chemical-free hair versus chemically treated hair. Chemically treated hair can be with relaxer, it could be with a texturizer, it could be with color. When people say that I'm natural, what they mean is that they don't have any chemicals, meaning relaxed hair. I am a licensed cosmetologist and I have been for 20 years. I've been a licensed barber for 4. So for me, it's about terminology, and I don't know if it's just because of the schooling part of it. I hate when people say I need to wash my hair. You don't wash your hair, you shampoo your hair. But going back to the chemical-free hair, there's a lot of women who are wearing their hair chemical-free these days. And I have seen some beautiful, I have a childhood friend, her name is Care Berry. And oh my gosh, she's about probably about 90 pounds soaking wet. And she has all this big, beautiful hair, and she wears it curly, she wears it straight. I mean, she just looks so pretty with it. I personally think that there's a look or a style for everybody. Like for me, the length of my hair now, I think is probably the best look for me. Although I like longer hair, I think a medium length hair is the best for me, my head shape, my face shape, and things like that. So I think that people need to find what look works for them. Now, people have a right to wear and, do what they want with their hair, but there is still a certain look. Like Danya, you look beautiful with long hair or with no hair. And I think is how I don't know if it's just how you accessorize it, is it the size of your head, but you look really nice either way.
It's because I'm fine. Girl, stop trying to make excuses. What's wrong with you? I lost your hair, man. I am fine. That's why.
Let the church say amen.
Amen. Okay. Like, what accessories? Baby, I am the accessory, okay? Anyway.
Lord help this poor child. Joanna, you are chemical free, and you don't have any chemicals in your hair, correct?
I'm gonna say no, only because I don't have a perm, but I always get my hair
relaxer.
So I don't have a relaxer, perm, whatever you want to call it, but I always get my hair colored at some point.
Okay.
So right now my hair is colored. I don't have a relaxer or perm. But yeah, I do always get color.
Okay.
Lawanda.
Yes, dear.
Don't be telling us we can't call our stuff no perm. We've been calling it perms for years. Just because you're a beautician don't mean we don't calling it a relaxer.
Better.
We getting a perm.
So let me explain this. A perm is a perm is curly hair. Black folks call it the Jerry curl. Caucasian or Hispanic people call it a perm. It's when you roll your hair on rods and you use ammonium thioglycolate to put that curl, that little stinky stuff. A relaxer relaxes the
hair. Look, we are not trying to get no history lesson on the background.
Somebody out there might need that.
Exactly what we're talking about.
I'm just saying.
Every other black woman that's watching is gonna say she done had a perm. Ain't none of them gonna say I need to relax them.
I would be remiss as a professional to continue to allow you guys while we educate you on what you should be saying.
I'm just saying, however, I ain't never called it.
Because what happened is you ain't got no perm. Okay, go ahead.
Let's move right along. I don't know why we have to go sick individual. But Joanna, we have seen your hair straightened, flat iron, and we have seen you wear your hair in this natural curly state or whatever. So what made you, because I believe you had relaxed hair in the past, right? What made you decide to keep the relaxer out of your hair?
For a long time, I was one of the ones that had the Jerry curl, and I think all of us had the Jerry curl. I actually cut my hair off. I used to get it pressed a lot and had really long, beautiful hair. But when the Jerry curl came out, girl, that was like the hottest thing. That was like the hottest thing since sliced bread. I mean, everybody had to have a Jerry curl. And literally, I for a whole year begged my mom if I could cut my hair and get this Jerry curl in there. Why? I don't know to this day. So literally, I had hair all down my back. I cut it all off so I could have the Jerry curl. And I still regret that decision today.
As you should.
So I kept that for a couple of years, and then I switched it over and I got a perm and relaxer, excuse me. So I got a relaxer, and I kept that like really up until 2015 is when I decided that I wanted to go natural. So I had a, you know, relaxer for a long time. I think I got it in high school and I kept it up all the way to 2015. So in 2015, I was 6 months pregnant when I decided I was going to I was gonna go natural. And how this came about is like I saw everybody else going natural and I was like, you know what, this is probably gonna be a lot easier for me. I just need to do it. I need to go ahead and, you know, me and my friend, me and a girlfriend from church who was like, yeah, we're just gonna do it one day. We're just gonna do it because we kept talking about it. So one day, like literally after church, I just started cutting. I came home. I went in the mirror on my own. I did. Now
she always been spontaneous when she want to be.
Now look, see, this is what happened though. I was trying to do the transition. Like I was trying to grow my perm out and, you know, it just keep it the way, but it was just a hot mess. It was like straight down here, knotted up here, and I looked like a hot mess. And I was like, I can't do this anymore. I mean, literally, I tried it for like 6 months and still couldn't do it. So I came home from church one day. I was like, you know what? We're just gonna cut it. So I cut all my hair off. I cut my hair off, shaved it. And see, I was under the impression that once I cut the perm out and I put a little water on it, that stuff was gonna curl up. It didn't curl. And then I like panicked because I was like, oh my God, you know, I just cut my hair, it's not curling. So I'm 6 months pregnant at the time, already emotional. So I cut my hair off. And the first thing I thought once I had cut it and looked in the mirror and everything, it's like, I look like a boy. And literally I start crying. I was like, I look like a boy. And literally, I was in tears like the whole night. So my husband came back in and he was like scared because I was already pregnant and already hormones are made. He didn't know what to say. He was just like, he didn't say I would, you know, it looked bad. He didn't say it looked good. He was just like, it's like he didn't want to be bothered with that right now because he knew that I was, you know, just gonna break out crying, whatever he said. So, so after playing with it for a little while, I found out that I had to, at the time, I had to use some type of gel to get it to curl. And I had to go and buy like the demon brush and get it to curl. So I did that. And I actually grew to like the short hairstyle. When I tell you I cut all my hair off, literally my hair was like that big all the way around. Literally.
She was traumatized.
I was traumatized. I'm not going to lie.
She was like hysterical. And it was, but this is the funny part. So she just said, I just thought I was going to cut it off. I was going to put some water on it and it was going to curl up. Where they do that at?
I know. I see all these people with these pretty little curl patterns and all this. That was not my taste. I had a straight mini fro and I did not like it. And finally, it's like, you know, after going on YouTube and going on Google trying to figure out how to make this hair curl, I did figure out I needed to use gel on it. So then once I started using gel, I thought, okay, this looks a little bit better. It's short, but it still looks a little bit better. So I think the part for me wanting to go natural, for one, my hair was damaged really bad from the perms. So, you know, I had been looking at doing something to kind of keep it a little bit healthier. And two, literally, it was more about me. It was more about my self-confidence, really. I wanted to see, like, how would I still love myself the same if I went natural? Like, did my hair play that big a part in my life? And I have to admit, for the first couple months, I struggled with that because I did not like how I looked with my natural hair, my God-given hair that God had given me. I did not like it. So it was a period for me where just learning how to accept myself, regardless of how I look, having that inner, you know, self-confidence in myself to say, you know what, I don't care if I have short hair, I don't care if I have long hair, I am still the bomb.
And I said, I am not my hair.
Right, and it took me a while to kind of actually get to that point where I actually, you know, looked at myself and was like, you know what, I look good natural. I look good with a perm. I just look good, period. What God made is good, you know. So that was kind of like my, you know, my journey, my little self-discovery. But I have been natural since 2015. I tend to wear, especially in the summer months, because it's hot in Florida. It is like hot. So I tend to wear
This is the sun. This is Florida.
So I tend to wear a lot of crochet styles. Like I have not mastered the weave yet. Like I tried to put in weave several times and literally spent all this money and had to take it out with like 2 and 3 days. I remember one time I had this it was like I don't know what it was called, but it was like wavy. It was real long. It was so pretty. I spent like $350 to get the hair put in and the hair. Girl, that stuff started itching. Like the first day, but the first day I put it in, it was good. The second day, I got like a little scratch. So I started scratching. By noon that day, my hair was on fire. When I say on fire, I mean, I was Googling, how to look. They was telling me to use toothpaste and scope on your hair. I was trying everything.
Why you ain't called me?
Down. I don't know what was going on there, but anyway, I had tried all this stuff, and finally, literally, my hair was like on fire. I had to wake my husband up at like 4 o'clock in the morning and get him to cut the weave out of my hair. So
you ain't got some hair that had some lice in it, girl.
I don't know what it was. I don't know if I didn't wash it. I don't know what. I don't know if it was braided too tight, but I've tried to wear sew-ins like 3 times and had to take them out like within a couple days because my hair gets really irritated. But I can wear the crochets with no problem because that's just with tying it into your hair. So I don't know what the issue is with weave, but I tend to wear either crochet hair or to wear my hair pressed out or my natural. I actually love my curl pattern. The only thing I don't like is that my hair looks super short when it's in its natural state. It looks like I don't have any hair.
Shrinkage is real.
The shrinkage is real.
Yes.
So, but I love my curl pattern. I love, my natural hair. I just wish it was a little bit longer. I wish it looked a little bit longer, but.
So one of the things that Joanna said that I found very interesting, and a lot of people ran into this, is she said that, I thought once I went natural, it'll just be a lot easier, less work. Man, let me tell y'all something. I tried to let my hair grow once since I've cut it. I was on like 2 strands twisted. And first of all, you got to have the right product. Then you got to know what you're doing. Then you got to fluff it out. Then you got to keep it moist. Girl, that's a lot of work.
It is a lot of work. And I will say it is a lot of work. And one of the things I told you, it took me at least 3 years just to find the right product for my hair. I mean, I am a product junkie. I have used every product out there. What I use now in my hair is called Diva Curl, and I love that product. That's the only thing that really, makes my curls pop. I love the shampoos. I love the conditioners. So that's what I'm using currently on my hair. But I have tried everything known to man out there to try to figure out what works. And I tell everybody, it's expensive for one. Cream and stuff be costing like $30, especially if you get the stuff that my hair likes is like $30 a bottle. It don't take well to like no $10 and $11. It won't the good stuff. So it's like it's a really expensive. And you really have to know what you're doing. For me, the only thing I usually wear in my natural state is a wash and go. So that means I get up, I have to put some type of water and some type of product in my hair every day.
How many types of water is
it? Huh?
Look how many types of water.
You said some type of water?
How many different types of water?
Some type of water? Maybe some type of liquid. I have to have a liquid. It has to be something. Like I can't just do the dry thing. It has to be something with some cream, something in there, something wet for it to go in my hair. But it is super expensive. You gotta know what you're doing. So I have tried several times to do twist out. Don't work. Don't work for me. So wash and go is usually, if you see my hair, it's either in a wash and go state or it's straightened. That's all I know how to do. I don't know how to do all the little fancy bantu knots, and I can't do all that. I've tried it several times and it just does not work. I've even tried twists and it just doesn't work for me. It just looks horrible on me. So
well, let me tell you,
what I do is wash and go.
I am my hair, okay? I have, as a professional, I have tried and done everything. I have 2 pictures that I have of myself with natural hair. I just like my hair. I like how I look better with straightened hair. I mean, and for me, one picture is my hair is cut, it's cut into a shape of a haircut, right? So it's just not, you know, your hair is just curled up. And then another picture, the hair was, it wasn't in a shape. Whatever the length of my hair was at the time, it was curled, I think with some rods or something or whatever. It's okay. I mean, I think it's okay for me, for a different look, but I just prefer, I say I'm real European. Okay. I'm not trying to do no curly hair. I have a really tight curl pattern, but it's a nice tight curl pattern. But that shrinkage, if my hair could be a big afro and I can wear curl, I can do that. But when that hair goes up to that scalp, I can't.
Like some saran wrap was on it.
Listen, it's like your hair's running away from your face. I don't know. I can't do it. So for me, now I have worn sew-ins. Sew-ins are good when you don't want to have to, when you don't want to change your hair. It is, you know, you can wrap your hair up at night, you go to bed. When your husband, when you wake up in the morning, you look the same. You know, it's just one thing. You just wrap it up, it's the same. However, depending on who does your sew-in, it can be damaging if that person does not know what they're doing. And I want to comment on when Joanna was talking about her hair was itching. A lot of people have they have allergies to certain hair, depending upon where your hair came from. When I used to sell hair in San Antonio, I had a business, and I would order hair from my vendor, and I would shampoo and deep condition every single bundle that I had. To me, that was just something extra to it. Some people just buy some hair, honey, take it straight out the pack and put it in their head. You don't know where the hair was sitting, where it came from, where the person who you bought it from had it. So it's super important for you to shampoo and condition your hair before you use it. Sometimes there are chemicals that they use to process a curl pattern that you could be allergic to. So it's not, and then it could be too tight. So there's so many different reasons why the sew-ins didn't work for you. Either because it was
Juana's hair had lice. Your hair had lice. Somebody sewed some hair in your head with some lice, and you was itchy.
My hair did not have lice.
I will say the hair vendors that I use are in China and Vietnam. Every time I tried to order some Indian hair from India, it had lice. And so after the third time, I was done. I couldn't do it. I wasted a lot of money. I wasted a lot of money trying to find hair. And me as a retailer for hair, I had lengths from 12 inches all the way down to 26. I had straight hair, wavy hair, and curly hair. So you have to have multiple 12 inches, multiple 22 inches. And so that was a lot of money that I had in inventory or whatever. But these days I moved, so for me, I am chemical free. I do not have any relaxer or any color in my hair. Sometimes I use a semi-permanent color when I'm trying to get them grays, but I realized that the gray hairs is like, the semi-permanent ain't gonna do a doggone thing for you. So I might have to use a permanent, but I just use it right on my edges because that's where my gray hairs are. But my solution for natural hair, not wearing your natural hair, not wearing your natural hair, not wearing sew-ins, I moved to Washington State, and where I live, ain't nobody to do my kind of hair. And so it was either, you know, shampoo, blow dry, and straighten out my own hair, or wearing wigs. That's my new thing. I like to shampoo, blow dry, straighten my hair because of how much precipitation we have here, how much it rains. Not having any relaxer in it, their hair would just go. So it really wasn't worth it to me or whatever. And so I decided I was going to start wearing wigs. So I started buying wigs from, I tried one young lady before. I'm not sure what happened with that relationship. But then when I moved to Washington State, I started buying wigs from a sorority sister of mine. Her name is Keisha Credit. And the name of her business is Lucky by Keisha. You can find her on Instagram, Lucky by Keisha. That's Lucky by Keisha, if you're interested. So for me, I was buying wigs from her, and I stopped buying them for a few reasons. She did great work. The quality was good. However, them joints was costing about $550 to $600. And I'm like, I can't keep on buying these wigs.
Hold on.
Yes, ma'am.
Wait a minute. Did you say $600 for a wig? Like,
Yes, ma'am.
was it caressing the side of your face? Was it helping you shower? Could you make love to said wig? Like, what the hell?
Does it condition the scalp? I mean, I've never seen a wig $500. I mean, they like $39.95 at my hair place.
Like, exactly. So, like, the wig should like grow into your scalp, and then it should be your hair for $600.
Listen, these are custom made wigs to your size, to the length you want, to the color you want. First of all, the hair itself, if you just buy the hair itself, you're gonna spend $250.
But again, was it like attaching itself to your scalp and then becoming a part of you? I mean, I just couldn't.
This wig must last forever. Like, it must last. Is there like a...
Well, the construction of the wig lasts for a long time. The only thing that you may have to change out is the closure. That's the part, like, you know, when you have a part, it looks like your natural hair. You may have to change that out because you have to bleach the knots to where it looks like your scalp. And so after a while, because you basically disrupted the bond of the hairs into the actual lace. So sometimes you may have to replace that, but that's just like a maintenance or whatever. Anytime you have any hair extensions, you go to a salon.
Was that free? Like, was that free? Because I mean, you've already paid $600.
No, we get it. Buying $600 wigs ain't your thing. It was my thing, but I stopped doing it because it was $600.
Will you buy me one?
No, I can make you one. So I stopped buying of the
get the cousin discount.
The second reason I stopped is because when you get the wigs, in my mind, if I say I want a burgundy or deep red and I get it and it's like a red with some orange in it, the thought of color that I want is not the same thought or color she wants, because there's levels to coloring or whatever. I told you about the chemistry or whatever. And then it's like, why am I gonna pay somebody else $600 when I can just make the wig myself? I'm a licensed cosmetologist. All I need to do was know how to, I started off hand sewing the wigs, which took a lot more time. And one day I just bought me a sewing machine. I'm about to figured it out. So instead of taking me a few hours, it's only maybe taking me 45 minutes to an hour to make a wig. So there's a difference. And so on this episode, you guys can get a treat because I'm going to show you how you can change up your look. You can look like this beauty right here, the nice little bob, black in color, or you can look like somebody else. So Joanna, I'm going to show them what one of my other girls look like. This is a sick individual. So I just wanted to show you guys how you can change up your look. This red beauty, maybe you can, I don't know if you can really see the color, but this wig is actually red, like a burgundy. It has Chinese bangs, it's kind of a bob. And so, I'm a girl who likes a good bob. So to me, when you are, getting your wigs done, now if anybody's looking to get any wig construction, I'm your girl, okay? Totally Elegant Virgin Hair Extensions. I can be reached at 512-814-5797. Don't hate the player, hate the game.
What's your wig? What's your wig name?
You want to give our name?
Yeah, girl.
I don't name. Listen, I don't name my wigs. I can't remember my name, so I don't have time to try to name.
Let me see it again. Show it to me one more time. Introducing Holiday Heart.
Holiday. Is that from that movie with Alfred Woodard?
Yes.
I like that. I do look like Alfred Woodard right here, right now. Oh Lord. I ain't even thinking about it. Hey, Miss Woodard. I do look like her. Anyway,
okay.
This is just an example of a color. It's still short wig. It's a color. For me, this is one.
So let me ask you a question. So Do you do the wigs or weaves just because you like to change your look without having to do anything specific to your actual hair? Is that why you prefer that option?
Yes, I can look like anybody my husband want me to look like, day or night.
Oh, like that episode of All in the Family when Gloria bought that wig and me head was all over her.
You stupid.
Do y'all remember that?
Only
You so stupid. Only you. This week, let me shout out Keisha credit again. Lucky by Keisha. Keisha actually made this wig for me. The other wigs I'm going to show you are wigs that I made for myself. But this is a wig that Keisha credit made for me. Lucky by Keisha. She's on Instagram. She's on Facebook. The number that I have for her, I believe it's her personal cell, so I won't give out the number. But if you want to contact her, please look her up on Instagram or Facebook. Lucky by Keisha, wigs and custom wigs and bonnets. I think that's what she says now. But she's on IG and she's on Facebook. Okay, so I'm going to show you guys another look you can do. Or you can have one like this, where it's a natural color and it's long. Now, what I would suggest is when you order a wig from somebody, we call them custom. To me, the custom is, it can be your measurements. It's the exact cut you want, the exact length you want. My suggestion as a licensed professional and a new wig maker is that you can get wig construction from anybody. Somebody who's going to create a wig for you with your head measurements, with the length of hair you want. But when it comes to cut and color, you need to be, to me, in front of a professional person. That way they can show you samples of what that hair color is going to come out to be. If the color is not what you would like it at the time, they can fix it at that time. Because if you tell me you want a level 7 and I make you a level 7, but your actual level 7, you really want a level 9 or you really want a level 6, that's going to make a whole bit of a difference or whatever. So this is where the wigs can come in to become more expensive when you're custom coloring and you have to go back and redo certain things or whatever. So my suggestion is when you get a wig made, a wig construction made, that you take that actual wig and let your hairstylist cut that wig. If you want a bob, let that hairstylist cut the wig on your head, because I can cut the bob for you, but depending on how long or how short your neck is, how tall or how short you are, that cut is going to be different than what you expect it to be, than what it actually can be if your stylist did it for you. So I have one more beauty to show you. Oh, Donnie, you want to name her? Go ahead and name her.
Blanca.
Her name is Blanca. Okay. Now, you might want to write this down because I ain't going to remember who Blanca is. I can't remember my own name. But first one was Holiday Heart and Blanca.
Mm-hmm. Let me see what else you got.
I got one more to show you guys. This one is going to be a longer length, but it's going to have some blonde color in it, like some brown, some caramel and blonde colors in it. Okay.
Okay.
And so here is the fourth beauty we're going to show you guys today. This one is a natural color, but I put some caramel color and some blondes in it just to add a little pizzazz to it or whatever. Now, let me say something. When it comes to dark complected women and blonde hair, honey, you got to have the right level or you're going to look like a fool, okay? It's very important that you pick the right shade of blonde for yourself, depending on your skin tone. But I just wanted to show the versatility. With the wigs, you can do it with the closure. Normally a 5x5 closure is a good size. You know, you can part it on either side. When the last one you saw my part on this side, today on this one, it's on this side. You can make it part down the middle. So your parting space is as big as your closure, the 5x5. So 5 inches from front to back and 5 inches from, temple to temple. So to me, wigs are very versatile. You can snatch them off. You can glue them down. They call them glueless. You can do them where you can, add something, keep them on you more permanently, because, people have been known to snatch it for a wig or two somewhere. You won't be out in public. Yours is flying off or somebody's snatching it for you. Now, let me ask you guys a question. We're going to talk about how you guys feel you know, your coworkers, what they think about you when you are wearing your hair in its natural state or different. Because I know I get some different questions about, oh, did you cut your hair? Oh, did you color your hair? I just go and tell everybody up front. When I start working somewhere, listen, I wear wigs and extensions. I might look like a whole different girl tomorrow. So don't be confused. I'm the same black girl. I'm her. Don't be alarmed. It's me. Okay. I'm just gonna look a little different. So I'm gonna change back into who I look like when we first started this podcast, so we can continue with the rest. Okay.
So my experience with coworkers in hair is, you know, when I first cut my hair off, I went to work the next day, and on that particular day, I did decide to do my makeup and put some earrings on, because I promise you, when I first cut my hair off, I felt so empowered. I was like strutting. I was like a peacock, a rooster with my chest stuck out. I was just like, hey, what? Watch you now. So, you know, when I went to work that next day, it was like, everybody was like, oh my gosh, you're so beautiful. Excuse me. Excuse me, sorry about that. Anyway, when I went to work the next day, everyone was like, oh my gosh, it looks so beautiful. Oh, you rocking that. Da, da, da. Now, because I've rocked the same look, like I said, for over 7 years, only people who don't know me got something to say. I mean, I do have a friend that call me BBK, bald black Kojak, but that person retired. I mean, oops. Yeah. So, you know, some people just special, but for the most part, I don't get a lot of the reactions that most would, because I guess I'm not technically not wearing my hair in its natural state, because I wear my hair so low. So I do get questions about my sexuality occasionally. But
wow.
I never really get questioned about my hair, or, you know. Now, here's my thing. I'm a strong believer in this, especially for people who have natural hair. Do not touch my hair. Like, do I need to put a shirt on, wear some earrings? I don't know, but I get real frustrated when people say somebody just done walked up to them and touched their hair. That's my personal space. So what if I just walked up to you and started rubbing on your hair? How you gonna feel about that? So yeah, I get frustrated when I hear people tell me about that,
like,
but I don't have that problem. I know, like a little pet. Don't be petting on me. I'm not a chia.
Oh, Jesus.
The pottery that grows.
Exactly.
That's funny. Joanna, have you had any experiences in the workplace where someone questioned you about your natural hair?
I have. I did work for one of the direct American, and I had interviewed with natural hair in this natural state, and maybe like 6 months in, I had straightened it out. And when she came in the office and saw me, she said that I looked more professional with my hair straightened.
Now,
so I was like, should I be offended? I mean, I didn't really know how to respond to that, because I'm thinking, do I look unprofessional in my natural state? And I think that there are, let me just say this. I think that there are some people who think natural hair just can be worn any kind of way. I am not one of those people. Especially if I'm at work, you're not going to see me just looking crazy. You know, my hair is going to be, is going to be well maintained. And I'm specific about that, especially during work, because I don't think just because you're natural that you could just do whatever you want, whenever you want. I hate to see natural hair that's dry. I hate to see where it's just like you rolled out of bed and you just went to work. I hate to see natural hair like that. I don't mind people rocking natural styles. I rock natural styles, but I think especially when you're in a professional place, that's not how you should go to work.
However, I do want it to be noted that, you know, I hear what you're saying. Like she said, you look more professional with your hair straightened, but you look professional with your hair natural too. I mean, you know,
that's why I said it kind of made me feel like I didn't even respond to her, because I was like, you know, should I be offended by this? Are you saying that I don't look professional with my natural hair? I mean, what are you saying? And I was actually surprised that it came from another African American, because it's like I guess
and I'm actually happy that it was said to you and not me, because the way my mouth set up, I would have said something inappropriate and been unemployed. So
how does she wear her hair? How does that lady wear her hair?
That's perm, so or relaxed.
Relaxed.
My bad, relaxed. So I don't know if she just, that was her personal preference. And if that is your personal preference, that's fine. But that's not something I would say to somebody. I mean, people do what they want to with their hair. It's not
right. It's a personal choice. And like, I know for me in my workplace, this has never happened to me, but I do have an associate who basically was told, and she wore her hair in dreadlocks, that she would not be able to move up to the next position until she cut her hair. And she was told that many years ago. And around this time last year, she cut her hair off. She got promoted.
Wow.
So I just think that is insane, that we're in 2020 and people are still trying to tell us how we should look in order to be in the workplace. When you got Fortune 500 CEOs, tattoos on their neck, all up and down here coming to work, but because I had a dreadlock that fell out from, I can't get promoted. So I mean,
follow the drip. Well, I tell you, that's ironic. We talk about California was the first state to ban discrimination based on one's hair. There was a law that was signed, a bill that was signed to make them the first state of anti-discrimination policies based on Black hair. So I think that, it says dreadlocks, cornrows, and other natural styles protected under California law. So I think that, a person's hair defines who they are, how they identify with themselves. I don't understand how a person's hair is groomed. What does that have to do with how they perform in their jobs or whatever? So I'm happy to know that there is some lawmakers who are opening their eyes and understanding that this is absolutely wrong to discriminate or not promote or tell a person that they look more professional if their hair is like this, or they look more professional if their hair is like that. So we're making some waves. I mean, we still have a long way to go, unfortunately, but
Also, I feel that the way you carry yourself, and how confident you are in the way that you carry yourself, hair-wise or otherwise, dictates how people treat you. Because my crown sits high, okay? On this bald head, when I had some hair, I'm the bomb.com. You need to get on that. You need to get on the same program I'm on and understand that I'm the bomb.com. Now, if you ain't on that program, I feel sorry for you.
What's the name of the program?
Okay. I'm the president and CEO of my own fan club, girl. Don't play. Anyway, so I mean, I just want, especially, our younger generation, even our generation, older generations that are in the workplace or just living their life, be proud of who you are and carry yourself with a sense of authority, because you are a king, a queen. Be that and walk in that light and make people respect who you are. No matter what kind of hair you wear, whether it's straight, kinky, curly, weave, wig, locked, do you, boo?
Do you, boo?
Have you guys ever seen the movie? Have you guys ever seen the movie Nappily Ever After?
Yeah. I have. I read the book too.
Uh-huh.
I did read the book on that one too, and I thought that was a good depiction of how you need to have that self-confidence regardless of what, you are not your hair. your hair, what is inside of you actually reflects on how you dress, how you look, how you do your hair, and all of that. So I don't know, I just thought that was a real good movie as far as depicting how your self-confidence plays a lot in how you carry yourself.
It is, and we can pinpoint 2 scenes from that movie that will show you. In one scene, when she was walking around with her luscious locks, her weave, and everything, and the men, the heads were turning. Their heads were turning. She was confident. But when she first cut her hair off, she was walking with her shoulders slumped. Nobody noticed her. But at the end of that movie, her hair still short. she was walking with the same confidence she had before. And again, heads were turning. The way you carry yourself dictates what people see when you walk in the room. And see, when I walk in the room, all eyes are on me every time.
They're like, here come this fool. Y'all better take cover. Here she come
again.
Wow.
Anyway.
On that note, if you guys have any questions, anything to do with hair, you can email us at sistacousinsunite@gmail.com. That's SISTA cousinsunite@gmail.com. If you are interested in wig construction, you can contact me, LaWanda Hampton, at area code 512-814-5797. As always, we would like, we're soliciting your support. We're asking you to like these episodes. We're asking you to share these episodes. We're asking you to comment because we like to hear feedback. We'd like to interact with you. Also, if you have a topic that you would like for us to discuss or you have some questions about, please email us. Let us know. Post it so we can talk about it. There are so many different things that we can talk about on this podcast, and it's all because of you, while we're doing what we do. So please help us out in that way. So until next time, peace and hair grease.